never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness. A reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, you was built to last, yeah.
Recently, the way things have gone, the way things children are beginning to turn out, you need to begin to turn out. It seems inviting, especially in the kids and also in the young men. So it is very encouraging to talk about certain issues because we believe that most likely the healthy foundation is strong. And as usual, I have absolutely
being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, streams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead of say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible.
Let's start with this. No, I think these days people
one day going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it. I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages of making. Modern kingdom for the taking.
It seems there is more like an increased devices that we see in the kind of funny behaviors we see in young men, young boys. What was it like losing a child?
If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
There are weaknesses in that, in our time, in that they're out of reach, and sometimes not being there will really not give the boy child what he needed. Okay, but at the same time, the Bible still stands. If you spare the rod, you will spare the child. However, I will say that we should, or the fathers should always be there and then be reachable so that they'll be able to deliver.
All right, sir. And now, Sean, in contrast, what does it feel like parenting a child now with the realities on ground now? You have laws that are saying, oh, don't spank the children, don't do this, don't leave hurts. You should be careful with them. You should rather speak to them. Yeah. What is it like parenting now?
Well, I'm still a now person because I'm trying to understand. Before we started, you were talking about when he was talking about the era. What we're talking about is the era that is not. Yeah. So if we are to look at that, I'll say there's this general how would I put it, an assumption that we are raising emotional kids now. For me, I would want to say I can speak for myself. But I think fatherhood now, we are really getting into the way we raise our children, unlike our dads. When I can remember while growing up, there are some things that we allow for our children now that we didn't. When my dad was playing with my kids, there are some things that I would have this sense of, I dare not do this when it was my time. Definitely, you understand. Yeah. But as it is, I don't think nothing changed much. But for the fact that, you mentioned something about a bit distant. So our dads then, I think more of responsibilities, like they had to provide shelter. Once you're done, you want to provide shelter, food, for those that they can run education, they can do that. If not, they will pay for apprenticeship. You understand? I think once once they can do that, at least I'm talking from maybe experience from when my dad is talking about, maybe we go out and see my friend's dad, I grew up with this guy, maybe he's a mechanic or something, I grew up with this guy. So I'm like, oh, okay, I can have an idea of what happened during their time.
Yeah.
You get? So I think nothing really changed much, except that we are a bit more hands-on as compared to our own parents.
But we seem to have more vices now than it was then. Because from his perspective now, we are more hands-on, we're more involved. From his perspective, yes, fathers were quite authoritarian, but distant, but they were able to maintain balance.
Yes.
I think for me, it's we have three variations or three offshoots from their time. It's time they were authoritative or authoritarians. Now I think we have three offshoots. We still have some fathers who believe in that authoritarian style.
Yeah,
now we have them. We also have some who believe in gentle parenting. I cannot be like my father. And so they are fully into gentle parenting. Then we have some that try to strike balance. So you see these three different approaches have raised different sets of personalities that we are battling with in the society now. You see those children or those people who believe that I have to be authoritative, it reflects in their own personal relationship with their wives, with their children, with colleagues at work, with their siblings. They cannot be good team members or team players. You see them, they're very authoritative. You see their egos are so large, they have communication problem. Do you understand? Those are the sets of people. They believe in controlling. When those people want to talk about submission with a woman, you see it from the aspect of controlling. Do you understand? Not from the aspect of leadership. Do you understand now? So you would see that when women get involved with such men, they inspire fear in them. And you see them wanting to, back out. And they'll say, no, they are not submissive. You don't do that by controlling. Do you understand? Then we have this set that try to balance it. They will have the rod in one hand here, and they will have meat pie. You see children from that kind of home, you see them, they're a little bit balanced emotionally. They know when to say no. They know when to say yes. You see them, they're expressive. These are the children you meet in school. I taught for a while, so we would see such children in school. And when you're trying to tell them, I say you should keep quiet, they say, ma, but I did not do it. Yeah. And you'll be like, as a teacher, I say you should keep quiet. They say, ma, I did not do it. It takes a mature teacher to be able to handle such, scenarios. Then you now find some other children, gentle parenting. Oh my God.
What's wrong with that?
The extreme.
Okay.
That's where I'm going to.
Okay.
They are very immature. They are babied. Yeah. They don't understand the word no. They feel entitled to everything. Oh, gentle parenting. Mommy, can I have yogurt? I don't want to eat ever. They give them yogurt. Yeah. Mommy, can I go and watch movie till overnight? Play, and they have exams the next day. Daddy, can I gentle parenting? That is to the extreme. So we have these ones that are from authoritative background, and they still believe in being authoritative. Do you understand? Yeah. There are some that they want to balance it. I don't want to raise my children the way my daddy raised me. I want to balance it. I want to listen to my children talk to me, and I also want to flog them. No, not really flog per se. Yeah. Now spare the rod. The rod shouldn't be mostly physical.
Yeah.
There are other ways you can discipline children without, trying
like the carrot and stick approach.
Exactly, without using the physical stick. You understand? Then there are also other ways you can talk to them. Raise them in love without being too weak with them, so they don't feel entitled. When they get outside there, they can understand. So if I come to meet you now and ask you for something and you don't give to me, I'm not going to be like Ahab, who went crying to Jezebel. I want that vineyard, you did not give me. It could become desperate. That's when you see stalking obsession.
Oh,
you
come
know,
into play.
come into play. Like a man asking a lady out and she's saying no. How dare you say no to me? Like I have money to give to
Do
you.
you know who I am?
That is where that word is coming from. Do you know?
Do you know who I am? Why would you?
So you can see that fatherhood has a lot of implication on children, either the male or the female children. So whichever approach the father decides to use as a father would affect the personalities of the children.
So, okay, so from what you're saying now, so our personas are actually affected by how our fathers govern the house.
By excellence. Yeah.
So how were you able to balance work, providing for so many mouths? Because I know back then, apart from providing from the immediate family, you also had to provide for the extended family. So how were you able to, balance work, provide for these people, and still be sane?
Well, I want to be honest.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy. Number one. Number two, I will say I'm still,
A father. Especially with this Gen Z.
The point is that God helping us, we will definitely get to where He's taking us to. Okay? But I would say prioritizing and then time management. That's the key. You have to prioritize certain things. There are, will I say that there are some family time that cannot be compromised. Okay? I know that things are difficult. People are trying to make ends meet. And then you must do what you should do. But at the same time, there are family times that you must not, compromise. So priority and then time management. Very important.
When you say family time, what do you mean? Because I know that some men, when they talk about family, they are, sit down there. Have you done your assignments? Come here. You must be very silly. Back up!
No,
That is, no, so let's be clear with the family time we're talking about.
Okay, now, I will say this. I did not start like that from the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will say that from the Bible, I learned something. For instance, the Sabbath.
Yeah.
The Sabbath that God gave to man was actually for family. Within the Sabbath day, the Jewish Sabbath,
Yes.
number one, they will have a feast. Okay? Then they will sit around, chat at home, have family, worship. After that, they will have congregation worship. They go to the synagogue. Then they have this time that they will go out, walk around, just go to the park, relax. Those things are what God put in place in order to help us to do what? To be the father He wanted us to be. Do you understand? So when we are working, we don't have time with the family, I will say, okay, maybe we'll put a schedule, okay, every quarterly, especially when the children are on holiday. Okay, at least twice. Maybe I will take them to movie, then maybe we'll just eat out, okay? During that period, you are doing a lot. You are bonding. Okay? You are asking questions. Okay? For instance, I saw a notebook, my boy, my first boy. One day I saw it. I said, where did you get this book? So somebody gave me. I said, who? He mentioned it was a girl's name. I said, okay. No. I said, okay. So next time, I just pulled his leg. I said, I want to come and visit you. Am I not dressing well? So person not. He said, Daddy. But then I'm trying to be his friend. I'm trying to get to him so that he'll be free to talk to me and tell me things. Okay, so family time, we must be intentional. You must, create time to be with the family so that you don't just be providing and
you're absent.
You have this
All right, let's take a break now. Let's take a break. I know there are things you want to say, but we'll take a breather and we'll continue right after this break.
Being a full-time father is more than a title. That's right. It's a commitment. It's not about showing up for weekends or taking credit for moments that you didn't create. It's about being there in the late nights, the early mornings, the meltdowns, the victories, and the everyday chaos of life. You see, a real father doesn't pick and choose when to care. No, he doesn't. He doesn't spend his week with someone else only to play dad when it's convenient. Because a weekend warrior doesn't earn the respect of being called a father. Kids don't need a part-time presence. They need consistency, love, guidance, and someone who shows up when it's hard, not just when it's easy. Because a full-time dad sacrifices. He's present at the parent-teachers conference, the bedtime stories, doctor's visits, soccer games. He teaches respect by giving it and shows love by living it. And being a good stepfather, that's stepping in with the same heart and dedication as if they were your own. Because you cannot be a full-time dad without showing up full-time. And if you're not ready to do the work, step aside for someone who is. Children don't need perfect fathers. They need present ones. And that is real talk. Take that with you today.
I asked this question: what is something your father did never forget? And after over 1,000 responses, here are the top 3 that stick out and is the most repeated. At number 3, we have take over a chore from them or do it in their praise. If your child who is always responsible for one particular thing in the house comes back tired and you see them struggling, offering to do that thing in their praise, you may not know it, but it creates a core memory inside of them. At number 2, we have taking them to things. Go with them. If it is important to your child, go with them to that thing. Go with them to the examinations, to the interviews, auditions, performances, sporting activities. Drop them off at these venues and if possible, stay through. They don't used to forget it. And finally, at number 1, the most important thing you can do as a father to be etched inside the memory of your children. Can you guess this one? Eat with them. It's mind-blowing how many people say this. Eat with them. Remain food for them. You see that your dirty behavior, I don't used to share my food. If you put your hand, I cut it, add to the meat. It have to stop instantly. Even if it's your meat, cut for them without fail consistently. Make it a ritual. That is not something they seem to forget. Don't mention no.
Welcome back. Yes, so from conversation before the break, yes, you said we should prioritize, we should eat with them, like follow the Sabbath, the way it was meant to be. It was meant to be family time. So yes, God even rested on the 7th day. Yeah, so we're meant to spend more time with family. But this is the issue, our current economic realities and the kind of jobs we do now. Yeah. You know, but do not give time for that. How does one balance it out?
I said time management. We have to. Being a father is not a quick job. I mean, being a father is a hard work. Yeah. You have to do everything you have to do to get it right. Okay, so we have to make sure we create time for that. It's hard work.
Sure.
And again, I will say that it's something you can't do by your power. That is why we have to rely on God. The economic reality is not something, everybody, we all know that. Yes. So I have to rely on God to supply my needs. It's not by struggle, it's not by, but I have to depend on Him. So,
Sure.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, well, it's he said it all. It's just the, you know me now. I've always said it's always easier said than done. But, if you cast our minds back, when let's go biblical now, right? The very first thing when they tell me, okay, teach us how to pray, right? And the very first thing that Jesus said, the very first thing that we start is our Father. So it's very, I think is the biggest of all. Our Father. There is that respect has to be there. So that means there is a Father. It's not easy to respect. I have to show respect to this Father. There is a Father. There is a God, right? So if you're not coming back to earth, a fatherly rule is not okay. Now, the guy said something about this fatherhood that we are talking about. We're talking about stepfathers. We are talking about those who are ready. We are talking about someone who is just telling you, guy, Alpha, that play, we'll play that day. I'm pregnant. Do you understand? So that is a new father, right? I'm not talking about it and all these things,
but
right?
accidental fathers too could become good fathers.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
It
So
could
they are
change
fathers
them.
too. Yes, that's what I'm saying. So I think the very first thing is there's this joy that comes with it. Then the work.
The work aspect.
The work aspect is something that you can't, he said it's hard work. You show up.
Not everybody
if you
wants to
do the hard work.
in the hard work.
But some are not ready. Some are not. It's I don't know. I think you learn along the way as you then when you surround yourself with people, there's an experience. There are some people that could talk to, and there are things that you've seen for yourself. Okay, while growing up, there are some things that I know that okay, my dad did this. Then under every other, no, I don't want to know what happens. I have to repeat this same thing for my child. But my father did this. Would I want to do this for my child? I wouldn't want to do that because of the time. Do you get me? So these are things that no matter what, like the clip said, you have to show up. You don't come, you cannot be a dad when it's easy, when the mom is running the house, and when it's time to take the glory, you didn't do the work, you just show up. The prize first goes to
fathers.
Yes, absent fathers.
Could that be the reasons why? Now, I'm going to say, could that be the reasons why when some men grow old, it feels like they are being abandoned by their children?
I believe so, especially now in this generation where children feel they don't owe their parents anything. You understand? It is very dangerous not to have that emotional bond with your children while growing up. So that is why I think I want to subscribe to what he said, and what he's also said. Your being a father is not because you pay their tuition fee alone. It's not because you provide everything they need. If you do that, you're going to be telling them, guys, when I'm old, all I need you to do is just pay for my bills. Don't call me to check up on me regularly to say, hi, Dad, how are you doing? Remember now that he's old, he's no longer working, he's probably retired. Some of his circles may have passed. Yes. You understand? Yeah, so he's already in the church, he's seen as elder. They won't give them too many functions to do. Yeah. So he's always alone in the house. So who gives him that emotional support, that care? It will be the bond that he must have created while he was growing up. So if he tells his parents, look, being a father is all about providing. So when they are now at the point where they have to care for their elderly parents, aging parents, they would only be providing finance and not the emotional support and care. Yeah. At that time, that is when I should tell my dad, oh, Dad, what are you doing? Your grandchildren they want to see you. So Dad, why don't you come and spend 2 weeks with us? But if that emotional bond is not there, what would that man come and say? Go. Let him just stay there. You understand? So that's the danger of that kind of approach. So being a father shouldn't be about providing, And again, I want to say this. Some fathers are great. Some men are great fathers with the girl child. And they are terrible fathers or not so great fathers with the boy child. It boils down to toxic masculinity and what we're talking about. That boy is a child and should be treated like a child. For example, if that boy needs something and is hungry and he comes to you, Daddy, I'm hungry, I need maybe rice or whatever. Don't say, are you supposed to talk that way? Come on, keep quiet. Are you not a man? Keep quiet. You are teaching that boy to bottle up those feelings. And that boy will watch you play with the girl child. Your daughter will come, Daddy, I need this. Before you know, they'll start sending that girl. You're going to tell Daddy that.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Which is very wrong. It's very wrong.
Yeah, it happens.
So there should be a balance between being a girl child and both of them are children.
Okay, so there should be a balance within the parenting style for both children. Yeah. Okay, but from your experience, what are the challenges you've experienced so far, and how can the fathers watching out there, the young fathers, the fathers, there are fathers who are also there right now, who also can listen to us and say, oh, I might probably have been doing this wrong. How can they remedy themselves from the challenges that you've identified, sir?
Good. Now, firstly, I want to say that parenting is a teamwork, okay? So it's not about trying to show that I'm the one doing everything. The family of Isaac was ruined because they were competing. Rebecca chose Jacob while Isaac chose Esau for the bushmeat. Fine.
And we know
Now,
who won.
you see, so eventually it ended up badly because I want to say that Rebecca died
Without seeing Jacob.
painful. In fact, she couldn't see her beloved boy, and she was living in the same house with the one that despised her. So now, what I would say, number one, like I said, is a teamwork. Number two is that I have to make sacrifices. By the grace of God, I've been out of the country, a couple of times, and then when I came back one of those periods, I would just come and within a week I'll go back. Then I was in the kitchen doing something and my wife was shouting, "I will beat you, I will beat you, I will beat you." What? So from the kitchen I roared, "Will you stop that?" And that was it. But up to today, I did not know what that thing was.
Yeah.
But that was why I had to write a letter. "Please, I need redeployment. I want to come home. I have boys and I need to be in there." It's a sacrifice. Yeah. From there, you'll be getting $, but here, but then you have to sacrifice. You have to make sacrifices.
So it's not all about the finances
yes,
now.
I mentioned God. I have to depend on God to meet my needs. Okay? Yeah. Or else, if I'm going I will lose
kids,
the children, which is my future. They are my future. So I think,
Yeah. I think I get that.
So what are the challenges you are facing now?
It's the same thing. You
Yeah.
keep saying now.
No. The perspectives.
Yeah.
Say, the times change, the perspective and the views change. Same as the lenses that the lenses the society views things with. Growing up, it was communal. You can
Exactly.
They send you on an errand, and you are playing football.
It is one uncle that we see you and
It
report
is someone from behind you. You just
back up.
are you not meant to? You just knew it was communal. You just could not, or you would step out of the house. You will greet practically to where you were going, and when you are coming back, you will greet.
Yeah.
But now you are going to see, you see kids that they'll just look at you. You're like, you even see some of them, the way they were taught at doorways, you move to the side, you hold the door for an elderly person. But now they will meet you at the door.
Or push
You think that's worse? Try going to the place where you have to sit. And then you find some of them, and then you find pregnant women, you find old people, because we're taught that the priority first. You look at the elderly, the aged, pregnant women, disabled people, and then after all that, the rest.
Youth.
Can now sit, yeah.
You understand? So the youth are always the least because they feel you have that energy.
Yeah.
Well, now you see some of them will even sit down, and you are trying to, so you can say, that woman is pregnant. It will be.
And
then,
so?
The way they will just look at her.
I've been here since.
Mami sender.
Yeah.
So, and you begin to like, where did we go wrong? Because that sense of community is no longer there. That, you find out that this person has been kidnapped, and then by the time they do this, it is somebody within. Everybody knew what everybody was doing. Everybody knew what everybody's parents were doing. But now, can you say that for your neighbors?
No, obviously. Now I think I understand what you're saying. Which
So
is true.
the challenges have also changed because we were friends with our neighbors, and then we had places to expand the energy. But now the children sit down in front of video games, they sit down in front of the TV,
Internet,
and the thing is this now. I begin to find that it's like you get to a point where they begin to lose critical reasoning.
Yeah, the mentorship.
Okay, let me say this, to also react, to what he said. There are times that it will be basically impossible to try to avoid your work because of the time factor. I think when I was in the university, my dad and my mom, they were living in Lagos, and I schooled in Delta State. But there was not a day that passed that I did not speak with my father. If I needed to talk to him and it was in a meeting, if I call him, he would send me a message immediately. I'm in a meeting. I'll call you in an hour's time. I tell you, if he finishes before that 1 hour, my dad would call me. You understand? I'm trying to react to, there must be a balance. Because if I'm seeing you in my house as my father, you're telling me you are giving me father time, and I need money, you are not giving me, come, something goes up.
Yes, sir.
That's where I'm going to start.
Yeah, sure,
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So the fact that we have this quality time we must give to our children as fathers does not negate the provision that you must work. So we must have this balance. And like you said, it is much tougher now for modern fathers, because in those days we have this communal feeling, that even if the father is always at work, you would see uncle, the younger brother. Well, now, Mama jẹ́ kí n bá ọmọ lágbájá sọ̀rọ̀ kó má lọ sọ pé èmi ò tí bímọ tí tèmi. I don't want to scold someone else's child. And so you see these children. And again, another thing responsible for these vices that you talked about, with children is that because of the consequences of some of our traditional practices, value system, the children are focused too much on those negative aspects, forgetting the positive aspects. For example, because they feel that the African culture criticizes the young ones a lot, that they don't allow them to thrive, they don't allow them to express themselves, and or maybe toxic masculinity and toxic fatherhood. Maybe your father calls you and asks you, what did you do? Why did you do it? Some fathers don't even ask you. They said you did this, come here. Bakam, So growing up, those children felt, bad at the way they were treated. And so now as teenagers, they are rebelling. And you see our part of the culture that is respect is being lost now. Because in trying to react to the headache they have, they throw away the baby with the bath water. You see now. So I think that's the challenge now. They are rebelling against the bad practices, but at the same time, they are throwing away the good aspects of the African culture, All
right, let us take another break. I think let's take a break now, and then we'll resume when we get back.
God, my father taught me, and I will say, he would be so proud to hear this. My father taught me God. Really? My father taught me the importance of God's journey, the importance of the Bible. And I need to read it more. I need to study it. My dad could tell you the scriptures. He knew only one book, Bible. You ask him a verse about love, Corinthians 13:7, chapter 4. How do you know? He studied the Bible. My dad would wake up in the morning. First thing he did was he got up and he studied the Bible. Then he closed that book and he would say a prayer. Then he would rub his knees and look up to God like, how am I going to feed these 10 people today? And he go, let's go. And he come back with dinner. Wow. So my father taught me the importance of God and the importance of...
Yeah, welcome back. So, sir, how do we now impact our youths, the young men, the young adults? How do we impact them? How do we help them learn values? How do we help them become better citizens? And how do they say that money is not everything? Money is something, but money is not everything. And that they need those values. There has to be a balance correctly with the current economic situation. People don't care where the money comes from. But for us, we think, okay, that if we continue to worship money, then we begin to lose our values and our morals, then there's decadence. But as a father, how do we introduce them?
Well, it is said that children don't do what you ask them to do, but what they see you do. So I should be a model. That's number one. And I need to exemplify the kind of life. And the second one is that we have to talk. We need to talk. We have to be talking. We thank God for what many ministries and organizations are doing. We should organize programs for young adults, and then I think that will help us.
It's really young adults, because for some of the fathers are not talking. Part of the things we promote on this podcast is to get men to talk.
Okay.
Because to be emotionally intelligent, because I think for me as a person, one of the things I grew up, I still enjoy the relationship I have with my father. I see him as my friend first. So, and then most times I do not even call him, I call him by his first name. And then I just call him Mr. Susan. So he's like, hey, how you doing? And then we get to talk. We can be on the phone for over an hour. But he bringing us up at that period, it was weird to some people that we get to call him by his first name. And then we get to talk to him as a friend. Now, I enjoyed that. But how are you doing? How are you coping with your own kids now? Do you still, are you the alpha and omega in the house? Or
obviously
the lion of the tribe of Judah?
Nah. Okay, like I said earlier, right? I think I had Mr. Olom, if you're watching this, you did a good job, right? Yeah, they did raise me well. They did their best, and we thank God for how everything has turned out. So, like I said, so sometimes I just cast my mind back and like, okay, if my dad could do this, and this is the result, I thank God I have a boy child and I have a girl child. So I'm able to lead them in that, even if it's not easy. Like you said about the times, I just think I have to find a way through to them, right? How would I put it? There's a blueprint. That's for me.
That worked for you.
Yeah, that worked for me. That I saw that, okay, I took this from my dad, this is the way they did in my house. You understand? So not that some didn't do that too, but obviously over time, maybe things changed, or we meet people, maybe some things were discontinued. Do you understand? Because we couldn't sustain the hard work. Like for instance, you were talking about how close you are with your dad. It's the same for me too. We talk like, I even had an incident where we were in uni when my dad came to visit, and they would come like we used to when we were secondary school. They continued that when they come to the hostel, they bring food. I was in maybe a part 3 or part 4 or thereabout. And they came with food and everything. And you see the way we interact, like, what's up? Like, this is your shirt. You see the way I'm going to bring them. You get, so it was like, you see some of my friends and their parents come, and you see you will notice it from afar and be like, man, what's happening in these people's house? You get, I'm not used to that, but I don't know. Thank God, everybody, I don't know, too. I have some friends that came off that kind of family, and they're still doing well, too. So I think it's a way of, you had this blueprint, do better. This is how far I can go. This is what I can do. Circumstance and everything around me did this. So, bruv, over to you. So now you are having, my friends too are having their kids now. And, when we talk, we'll try to like trade ideas. I visit their home. I'm like, okay, Baba, I like what you are doing with your child. You get, I can take a cue from that as well. So I think it's another thing. You can't do it alone. I understand that the communal parenting is not there like it used to. Safety and everything is part of what we raise kind of, they call it Indomie children now. You get, like,
That's a brand now.
yeah, they call it Indomie children. Like, they are not as, I was having a gist on my friend, Pastor James, the other day. I think a family friend's daughter went on an errand. So we were in front of the estate gate. He was trying to board this car. We were talking, and the lady crossed the road, went back, and was like, look how. And my own daughter couldn't do this, right? So immediately I told him, I'm like, well, me too, I have this issue. You can't, at their age, you can't tell your child that I take, Daddy, I want to buy a biscuit of maybe 300 or 315 naira. Take 1,000 naira, go and buy it. They can tell you how much change they are collecting. They know it, but the reality is go there, buy what you want to buy. Won't they sell something for you or maybe change the change by their trade, give him 500, take 200, and let me exchange that 500. And would they be able to come in the real world, not just, if you ask them mathematics in their head, you get. And the first thing I just told him, I was like, sir, if anything happens to this girl now, if she gets knocked down by a bike, or I pray it doesn't, I don't pray it happens, maybe someone is just applies a brake and everybody is like, what was the first thing that you say? I said, you blame the mom. How would you allow the child out? I'm like, can you see? So everybody we kind of raise our kids indoor. Now, so the reality of I think we have been overprotective.
Yes, that's the extreme part of gentle parenting.
Would you say that?
Well, all right, so what are the fond memories that you have that you would pass on?
Well,
story time.
you know me. I'm a girl child, and I'm the only daughter. So of course, I'm going to have fond memories. You know, but I actually have fond memories of my father. You know, growing up, he would deliberately, when eating, I think the fondest memory is when eating, he would have some leftover. You know,
For you.
Initially not for me. You would just leave it, and then we'll be struggling to, we'll be
will
targeting.
take it.
We thought we were being smart, but we didn't know that the man was smarter. He was deliberately leaving the food. So we'll be walking 100 times. Me, I will walk. My brother will walk. We'll be moving. So I didn't know what was going on, and immediately he drops the spoon like this or more. It's a mad dash for the plate. So, but of course, I wasn't as strong as the boys now. So they were always cheating me, and we'll be struggling. I didn't know my dad was, he would listen. And then, so suddenly, the mood just changed, and he would just call me, say, "Jerry, come and clear the plates." That meant that I was in charge of the little. And that meant that they were going to be begging me. So that's a fond memory. When I was going to write my jam, he took me there to the center. You know, same thing with my GC. He took me there. When I finished my secondary school, and he said, "You are too young." I think I finished at 13 years. And I was like, "You're too young. You have to stay a year at home, you know, before you write jam." My mate had already gotten admission. I was sad at home. He took me to go and learn typewriting. That I'm seeing that you're going to be working with computer. At that time, typewriter was already going off, you know. So it was like, this is it for me. So I have lots of fond memories. It was involved in my academics and all of that. So I enjoyed it a lot, but maybe because I was a girl child. I was open to communication with him. That's why I'm saying that there should be a balance between raising the girl child and the boy child. You know, it should be a balanced thing.
All right.
The
So what are the fun memories that you've enjoyed and you still would like to how would I put it? Those memories you would recreate those memories with your grandchildren too.
Actually, I had little or none. My father had me at the age of 60. And she worked outside our state. You know, we're only together just 2 weeks in a year, and he goes back, you know. So, but then, the little time we were together, I thank God he impacted me words of wisdom, instructions, and which really helped me a lot. Okay, so then others I picked.
Along the way.
Yeah.
I think they had you when you was more mature.
Would we say that as what has shaped you into being a better father now, into having to make the sacrifice you had to make for your children?
By excellence. You know, I want to be there. I want to be in there with them, schools, things I have, you know. So I think you're right.
Sean, yes.
Well,
the memories of Mr. Olomo Senior.
I had a lot, and he's still alive now, Brown.
Yeah.
So we're still,
you're
still creating.
you're still
so
creating,
as it is, I had, you know, there are some times that there's this thing that we do. We just, let's say we have a plan, like, okay, we've been around each other, we've seen too much of each other, like maybe a month. So there's this thing that we just do. We might just pick out, okay, let's say I have a savings like maybe 50K, you get, so let's pick out somewhere. Maybe they look at and like, okay, let's pick out a place. We'll pick up from there. We'll go have a little bit of fun, time together and all. And all these were not, I was not taught. I experienced it with my dad. Because all these road trips, yeah, we did that. I can really remember one that we did from, we stayed in Ilesha in Osun State. Imagine driving all the way from Ilesha to, what's the name of this, Mokwa, all these
Mokwa,
Jeba, Niger State,
Exactly.
yeah. So I don't know. It stayed with me because that should be the farthest that we've gone, and I want to say a lot of things happened the way my mom, my dad, my brother, but it was, it was a different setting out of the home that we were. It was outside battling on many other issues, but we were still able to like come together, had fun, and now, bruv, it's good.
So it's shaped you into becoming a father.
Yeah, definitely.
I think what I picked from both of them is that even if you did not have a pleasant experience growing up as a father, as enjoying fatherhood or enjoying a good relationship with your father, you can be better.
No, yeah, you can
Do you
do
understand?
better.
I think that's what I picked from both of them.
Yeah.
For me, it was a blueprint that I can do better.
And you're building up on it.
Yeah, can do better.
It's been a wonderful evening on Dominion TV. You know you have to follow us. Follow us on YouTube, Dominion Broadcasting, and all our other social media channels. I'm sure you enjoy this. This topic is not done yet. We'll continue next week. Have a wonderful evening.